All right, hold on. All right. So yeah, if you're dealing with knee pain, don't avoid the knee. You want to do exercises to strengthen the ligaments around the knee. Because if you suffer from knee pain, you're coming off a knee injury, most people will make sure when they go to the gym that they're avoiding anything that has to do with lower body. They'll be like, oh, I'm not doing any squats. Yeah, you can't do a regular barbell squat. Do box squats. Do couch squats at your house, right? Do machine leg extensions. Do resistance band leg extensions, leg curls, right? Lateral steps with resistance bands around your knee. You got to do exercises to rehab the knee. If you let it sit still, it's only going to get worse and worse by you not using your knee, right? Somebody say, yeah, let's get to the cancer talk, right? Because we talked about diabetes, we talked about what you can do to get rid of fibroids yesterday. Today we're going to talk a little bit about cancer, right? So some things you can do, right, is I posted a client testimonial, a guy who's been following me for a while. He's been taking my advice. His mom had cancer. She no longer has it anymore. He was thanking me. I posted his testimonial. One thing he did was listen to what I said about soursop, eating the fruit, the soursop fruit, and then actually using the leaves of the soursop in like a tea, steeping them and things like that, right? Because there's been studies done to show that soursop is 10,000 times more effective than chemo, right? And anybody who knows anything about chemo, one of the most well-known healers other than Dr. Sebi is Dr. Robert Morrison, right? He is actually has like over 8 degrees in chemistry and science and things like that. And he talks about cancer. He's like, yeah, we heal cancer like it's the common flu. It's like leukemia in kids is super easy, right? And the fact he even talks about it like that is just crazy, right? But he's like probably in his 70s, 80s now. He's been doing this for decades and decades and decades, right? And then everybody wants to come at Dr. Sebi because he didn't go to school. He doesn't have a degree or a PhD or anything. Well, here's a doctor for you. And he's white because typically like people are more comfortable with advice from white people just the way it is. If a black dude like me wearing a snapback and a chain or something like that and some flashy clothes tells you something, it can't be true. But let an old white person say it and it might be more reliable. So there's a reliable source for you, right? But it's just the way it is, and I understand, right? It's how our mind's programmed. So yeah, Dr. Robert Morrison, you can look him up. He's been curing cancer, leukemia, all that stuff for decades without chemotherapy. He actually refers to chemotherapy as battery acid because it's a lot stronger than battery acid, right? It's killing your good cells and your bad cells. So yeah, if you live after chemotherapy, are you actually living or did it just prolong your damn death? Damn, why did my screen just go dim? Hold up. All right. I don't know why my screen just went down. So yeah, we talked about soursop, right? It has chemotherapy effects. Soursop leaves, steep them, eat the fruit. It can be hard to find. You may have to actually order it. It can be expensive, right? So soursop, and then also with something that's good with cancer, right? It's going to be selenium. Selenium actually has cancer-fighting enzymes. Where do you get selenium from? You get selenium from walnuts, right? And then if you're to make the selenium more effective, so the cancer-fighting enzymes are more effective, you want to make sure you have a good diet high in vitamin E. Where do you get your vitamin E from? You get your vitamin E from red bell peppers, right? So now you got walnuts for selenium, you got vitamin E for red bell peppers, you got the soursop fruit, you steep the soursop leaves, right? These are all cancer-fighting natural chemotherapy, all right? And then something else that's good for your body is good sulfur. Where do you get sulfur from? Red onions, not the white onions, because the white onions, you look at them on the shelf, they're white, they're damn near transparent and see-through because all the nutrition's been sucked out of them, right? If you have a red onion or white onion, obviously the red onion has more nutrition, vitamins, and minerals because the white onion's damn near dead. It is dead. There's no life in it. There's no electricity in it. Your body's electric, protons, electrons, neutrons. You're eating dead food and you're wondering why you're dying and getting deadly diseases, right? So you want the red onion for sulfur. You can even take organic sulfur. A lot of people use organic sulfur as a natural cure for many diseases. But again, we can talk about adding all this stuff. If we're not subtracting the bad stuff, you can add all this stuff and nothing's going to get better. Right? You can add all the stuff you want. If you're not getting rid of the bad stuff and subtracting the things that cause the disease and cause the damage and cause the cell erosion and cause the cell damage and cause your body to die internally, even though you're living technically and walking around, right? So these are things you can do. What I'm doing is I'm screen recording this so I can upload it to my YouTube so y'all can rewatch this, pause the screen, take notes, whatever you need to do. Because the bad thing about TikTok is it doesn't save the lives. And my lives are where I give my best information because I'm not timed. I'm not put on a 30, 60-second timer. I can really go in, right? If you suffer from anxiety, we talked about that, right? People get rid of anxiety all the time. I had severe anxiety to the point I was passing out. Anytime I went around a damn crowd, I had to be sent to the hospital, pumped full of volume and shit, just for them to calm me down. My jaw would lock. I couldn't talk, right? That's when my diet was poor, because your body is connected. Everything in your body is connected. Signals get sent to your brain via the central nervous system, right? So if your colon is poor, your colon's damaged because you've been eating nothing but trash and garbage your whole life, guess what your colon's going to do? It's going to send negative signals through to your brain via the central nervous system. Now your brain is telling you, I'm not safe in my own body. You got depression, you got anxiety, you're having panic attacks because your colon is damaged. And you think you just need somebody to talk to. No, what you need to do is put the food down that you've been eating that's damaging your insides, right? So that's why I no longer have anxiety attacks, right? Because I used to eat the same trash food as you until I got the knowledge. The difference is with me is when I get the knowledge, I take it in, I do my research, make sure it ain't bullshit, see how it affects me, see how it affects other people. And now that's why I'm a walking testimony. I have client testimonials I post daily, and we get these results. I have so many clients and people that aren't even clients that are just getting the free advice. Say, man, I'm so thankful I found you. I no longer have anxiety attacks. You've been making me feel a lot better, because we talked about anxiety. We talked about cleaning out the colon, right? We talked about herbs you can introduce. Jamaican sarsaparilla root is great. All right, Jamaican sarsaparilla root is great for anxiety. We talked about a mango for anxiety. Because of GABA, there's plenty of studies by scientists breaking down GABA and how it works and sends signals to your brain, right? It's actually a chemical created in your brain, sorry. Wake up and get green juice. Don't wake up and get bacon, eggs, and processed nonsense, hybrid GMO foods. This is the first thing I'm introducing to my body today. Greens, kale, apple, ginger, parsley, right? Cucumber. Hydrating my body, feeding my body electric foods, not dead foods. There's nothing a dead meat can do for your living body that's electric, because a dead meat has no electricity in it. Your body is electric, protons, electrons, neutrons. All right? So yeah. Just making sure the screen recording is live, because again, this is going to my YouTube. So YouTube, same name. Follow me on Instagram. I'll post clips of it there too. Same name. That way that now when I go live, the information is saved. So yeah. So if you're just joining, we just went in on things you can do for cancer. If you missed the live yesterday, the clip is on my YouTube. I talked about things you can do for diabetes, to get rid of fibroids. We just talked about anxiety. Right. Somebody said God is the #1 healer for anxiety. So with that being said, does that also mean God gave you anxiety? Right? Because why would he do that, right? Maybe God didn't give you anxiety, and you spent your life introducing foods that are horrible for your body. Maybe God's looking down on you like, damn it, that I cannot believe he's doing that to the good, healthy body and brain I gave him. You ever think about that? I cannot believe he let the devil swindle his ass to eat this pork, to eat all these amazing animals I put on this earth that all do something for the earth, not for the human body. Think about that. Because people always want to talk about bad genetics and stuff like that. So if you do believe in God, if you are religious, right? Some of you are, some of you are not. Whatever if you're spiritual, then guess what? Why would a spiritual being or your God create you with bad genetics, right? He didn't create you with bad genetics. The problem is you're doing the same thing your mom was doing. So you think you have bad genetics because she had all these issues. Now you got all these issues. And your grandma had all these issues. So now y'all think it's bad genes. It's not bad genes. It's bad habits that you're getting passed on. And you're following the same bad habits your mom's doing. Your mom's following the same bad habits her mom was doing. Now y'all all got diabetes, you all got cancer, and now it just runs in the family, right? It don't run in the family. The problem is nobody runs in your family, right? Good foods don't run in your family's digestive system. That's the issue.